Hi everyone, welcome once again to the TrainAid HQ. So my name is Nick and welcome to another video on our Level 4 CET Unit 1 playlist. We are going to be tackling question 2.1, which is to explain ways to maintain a safe and supportive learning environment. So to answer this question, we are thinking about what makes a safe teaching environment, which is supportive for our learners, secure, but also thinking about inside of the classroom and how you as a teacher can really sort of demonstrate a supportive side as well. So we're looking at the environment from the outside, but also we're thinking of you as a teacher and showing your supportive side as well. So just in regard to promoting a safe learning environment, so there are many ways we can do this. So conducting a risk assessment before we deliver teaching, promoting where first aid boxes are, first aid provisions, promoting the housekeeping rules, informing your learners about venue security, if they need to wear ID badges or not. PPE, making sure this is applied for learners if it's a practical lesson. Cybersecurity, informing learners about saving their work correctly, logging off correctly after the lesson has taken place, and also safeguarding as well. So informing learners who the safeguarding lead is and who and how to identify if an issue has occurred and who that should be reported to. We also have supportive as well. So think about your own self as a teacher. How do you show your supportive side? So by being friendly, approachable, welcoming, conducting ILPs with learners, to be encouraging, to be a motivator, to have up-to-date knowledge, to enforce ground rules and fairness, and also signposting learners if they have a particular need and you want to support them and point them in the right direction. So I have started off this question by just putting in two answers there for safety and supportive, which I'll explain just in a moment. But once again, we're looking for 4 ways of each, and we'd like for you to complete this table to reflect on your own teaching experiences. And of course, you can include different examples from the one shown in the template there. So let's go for safety first then. So we have housekeeping. So a key way to promote safe teaching, a safe teaching environment is to discuss the housekeeping arrangements at the beginning of the course. So this is very much an introduction to welfare facilities, such as the location of the toilets, plan break times, fire exits, what to do in the event of a fire to go to a particular muster point. And in regards to ourselves here at TrainAid, we always go through the house rules, the groundkeeping at the beginning of the course to ensure learners are briefed about the running of the course and whether or not they have any questions as well. So when we deliver in-house courses, we always speak to the manager to find out how long breaks are, if there's going to be a fire alarm that day as well. So it's always good to check in with managers there. So in terms of a safe environment, which other ones do I think are important? Well, they're all important in my eyes, but if I was to select 3 more, I'd go for risk assessments, which I'll explain in a moment. First aid, and finally, venue security as well. Perfect. So again, in terms of level of detail there, we're looking at a paragraph would be sufficient there. So obviously a fantastic way of promoting a safe teaching and training environment is to conduct a risk assessment or simply just arrive early to your teaching establishment, the classroom, just to do a very much a sweep of the training environment to make sure that wires are away, there's no trip hazards, that all of the equipment is working, such as PCs, laptops. Sometimes computers do take a while to load, so if you've got all computers within the classroom, you could turn them on, and so when learners do arrive, that they're all on, and there's no sort of delay in learners accessing their computer, for example. If it's a practical lesson outside, I think it's very important we do a formal risk assessment of the environment. If learners have to wear PPE, it's sort of thinking ahead to that. Have you got enough coats or jackets, hard hats, steel toe cap boots? So making sure that learners have got those, or that we've emailed learners in a timely manner and asked them what to bring to the lesson environment, so to speak. But risk assessments are very much an integral part of training to ensure that it's safe and your lesson runs smoothly, basically. Next one is first aid. So again, we're notifying learners about first aid provision. We could identify who the appointed first aider is, how to access that member of staff, how to report an incident if it involves themselves or another learner, or just simply where the first aid box is the nearest one, if they need a plaster or anything like that. If it's an emergency, how do they report that? So there might be channels of communication with responding to an emergency, especially if you're out of the classroom and doing a practical. So if there is perhaps an emergency, you need to contact reception or the appointed person. Have you got their contact number? All of those things need to be explained at the start of the course. Next one is venue security. So thinking about where learners can park, who do they need to report to, where can they sign in as well. They might need to have a lanyard or a badge, and they might even need to have their photo taken as well. So all security needs to be above board. There might be ground staff, there might be receptionists. So learners need to be able to sign in. They need to tell those staff members that they're there, they have arrived, and so everything is done above board. There's not going to be any strangers on site, because that can cause stress to other teachers or ground staff, just general employees really. So it's all about where they should sign in, how they should sign in, what they should wear, whether it's an ID badge, all of those things, parking in a visitor car park, all of those things are really vital. So I always send an email out to my learners to say, this is the security procedures for your upcoming course. Please be aware of that, and giving learners a time frame when and where to sign in so they can walk to the classroom, for example, before the lesson starts. Just moving on to supportive. Okay, so as we can see, we've got a range of different ways that you can promote a supportive teacher. So our first one I wrote is by being friendly and approachable. Okay, it goes without saying, if you're friendly as a teacher, you're going to build up a good relationship and rapport. So by being a friendly and approachable teacher, this will promote a supportive environment where learners will feel comfortable, where learners will participate within the planned activities. So if you're positive, if you're supportive, if you're engaging, learners are going to give things a go. They're going to give your activities or approaches a go with an open mind. I think that's important as a teacher, to really get learners to take a risk. And, if they fail at a particular task, at least they've given it a go. They learned from the experience. And I think that's a really good attitude to have. As a teacher, it's important to welcome each learner to the teaching environment and start the lesson in a positive manner. So I think it's good that you're standing next to the door to welcome learners to the classroom. Hi, how's your day? How's it going? Just by being friendly, it goes a long way. I always have like a starter activity on the desk that promotes interest and really starts your lesson on the front foot as well. So I think it's good to be friendly, not over friendly as we know, but just by saying good morning, good afternoon, and that is going to really put your learner into a good mood, hopefully ready for the day ahead. Other key features, other key ones I would write about is obviously subject knowledge, which I will come to in a moment. So subject knowledge, we also have ground rules. And I would also say about signposting. Let me do that now. Okay, so subject knowledge, this is all about having a good level of knowledge, that you're staying up to date, you're staying current. There's no point teaching something which is out of date. And therefore, I would say that try to keep up to date with awarding body changes, legislation changes. You can watch the news or subscribe to a newsletter within your field, but your learners will feel supported if you're teaching something which is up to date. They'll respect you for it. If you're teaching something out of date, then your learners can probably see through that, and then therefore going forward, they're not really going to take you seriously as a teacher. So try to keep up to date on your game with your subject knowledge. The next one is ground rules. So by being a supportive teacher, you can foster, you can create these ground rules. So what are ground rules? They're rules created and agreed by your learners. Okay, so you're giving learners perhaps a flip chart, a whiteboard where they list their agreed ground rules, and they're present for all to see. So learners can police ground rules. So it's promoting mutual trust, respect, understanding of how they should behave within the classroom as well. So ground rules can be policed by your learners. Okay, so it promotes a positive atmosphere that way. Final one is signposting. So this is all about pointing the learner in the right direction if you don't know the answer. So if learners have a particular need, or they've got something on their mind, you can point them to a specialist who can support them. So it's best for you to say, I can't help you with your particular need. I know someone who can. So you could signpost a learner to a careers advisor, a manager, the awarding body, a course textbook, a website, a journal. So it could be a resource. And this way is going to help them with their needs, so they can go off and find the answers, or simply speak to someone who can give them the advice as well. So having a good sort of range of support networks, I think is good. So you're readily available. You can say, you know what, I know someone who can support you, and point them in the right direction of a manager or careers advisor as well, whatever their need is. So it's all about knowing your limitations as a teacher and being strong enough to say, you know what, I don't know the answer to that. I know someone who can support you. That is my table. So once again, I would continue my answer with that level of detail. So a paragraph, you can include teaching examples as well. And yeah, that is that for question 2.1. I hope you found this video useful, and please do like the video, subscribe once again, and any questions, just send me that just within the comments as well. Thank you so much for watching.